The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Getting on, everybody. Hello and welcome back to What's the Script with me, Chris, and my co-host, Craig, who's decided to kick up and put his feet up today. What's happening, Craig? What's going down? What's the word in the street?
Oh, everything's hunky-dory, smashing, and I don't know where the kick back and put his feet up reference came from, but if that's allowed, I can do that, no bother. How are you, mate? Are you alright?
Aye, mate. Aye. This nice weather always makes for a smiley person, doesn't it?
Sure
I mean,
does.
it's just unfortunate that it looks like it's going to be a fucking belter the day before we go back to work, which means it's going to be sweltering in work. What, balls stuck to the side of your leg, kind of warm, but hey-ho.
Standard. Fucking standard. Aye, definitely.
Aye.
And then we'll probably get a nice thunderstorm and overcloud fucking bad weather when we're off again, you know what I mean? But that seems to be what happens.
That's it. Shout out to Quaint again for our title music and all that. It's just still need to get that summer stuff out. Know what I mean? Get out there while the sun's out so people can have a wee cold beer in a plastic cup there, because that's good for the environment. Nobody moans about the plastic cups when you're at a fucking festival, you know what I mean? Arseholes.
But see if you put a plastic straw in that plastic cup. Oh! Won't be tied you.
Oh, rock and roll, man. Rock and roll. Shout out to Seismic again. Not unsure what they're doing this week. I know they were doing the Andor one.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know what they're doing this week. I'm a man with my finger on the pulse, as you see. Know what I mean?
Aye. First day back, I always go in and see what's happening and like give him a wee listen, so I'll be doing that tomorrow. But apart from him, I've got pod fatigue. Not been listening to pods lately. Been watching, listening to a lot of music, getting back into my music at work, you know what I mean?
Aye, same here, mate. Same here. It's just I'm retaining a lot of information I don't need.
Aye, even us, man. Listening to us, it's shite. We're fucking garbage. I hate us, man. Can't be bothered with. Wrong!
That'll be 4 lashes to the back later when the pod finishes there.
Aye, I need to edit that shit out. Not.
Aye. But as well as just chilling in the sun and doing adulty things, mate, what have you been watching?
Oh,
I have
my ocular delights.
Absolute plethora.
Have you? Oh, I've not got many, but I'll tell you why. Film-wise, I have watched Dawn of Justice, Batman v Superman, because I love it. Again. Ratatouille, watched that for the first time in a long time. Great wee movie. The Simpsons movie, gave that an wee watch. And I enjoyed that. But I've been watching a lot of series. The Last of Us, caught up with that, obviously. The Rookie. I restarted Lost the other night again. That's about the 5th or 6th time, by the way. But
You found that, huh?
I think I just put that on because there's nothing else. And obviously Elementary, which is absolutely smashing. them on that as well. But apart from that, mate, that was all. Not a lot. What about yourself? He's that big, vast body.
Oh, mate, I've been everywhere. Well, we'll start off with Riff Raff. I watched that.
Oh.
That's a kind of wee gangstery film. Comedy, but gangstery, you know what I mean? It's got Bill Murray in it, Pete Davidson, Ed Harris and that. Aye. It's alright. And then I watched Death of a Unicorn. which is as mental as it sounds. A unicorn dies. A couple of unicorns go after that and start killing people. So I've not gave much away there, but that's it really. I watched The Monkey again because I've heard people say, "Oh, I like it," and it's just fucking stupid. Isn't it?
It's a fun watch. It's not breaking any records. Do you know what I mean? But there's nothing wrong with it. People say it's shite. It's not shite. If you just like fucking slapstick horror, then fucking go for it.
Yeah. I watched a sci-fi film called Ash. It was a bit of a task, but you had to see how it ended up, you know what I mean? But I'm sure that's on Amazon Prime. I watched another film, In the Lost Land, sorry. That's Dave Bautista and Mila Kunis.
Oh, all killer.
No, it's not Mila Kunis, it's Mila Huffy, Resident Evil.
Oh, Jukovic.
Milikovich.
Aye.
Aye. It was fucking CGI fucking mess, you know what I mean? I actually thought it was Zack Snyder. I actually thought it was him that had done it.
Oft.
But it was Wes Anderson, one of his films.
All right.
But I watched Last Breath. That's a true story about the deep sea divers and Woody Harrelson and that. For what it was all right. True story. Totes the mosh at some points. Totes the mosh.
Oh.
On your recommendation, I watched Novocaine, which is good. I get kind of The Boys vibes off it.
Aye. I enjoy it. I'll watch that again. I thought it was smashing. It didn't kid on. It wasn't going to be, and it wasn't going to be. It was. I get Crank vibes off it a wee bit.
Aye. I start going like that. Mate, is this worth it for you? You're not going to see the end of this.
Aye, I know.
But after them, I went back to older films. I watched Suicide Squad 2 because I watched Suicide Squad previously. I watched The Great East is East. Still funny. I don't care what any cunt says. It's still fucking hilarious and harrowing at the same time.
You bloody wee bastard, get in here. Brilliant.
I watched the film that was Krull way back when. I think it was like a Channel 5 film I watched years ago. So, whatever. I watched Urban Legends.
Nice.
I seen a new film called Warfare. It's about a true story in Iraq. It's got that boy with the eyebrows and all that in it.
The boy with the eyebrows? Who the fuck's that?
You know, the boy who wear the mullers. I could never remember his name.
Aye.
Oh, has he got eyebrows? Aye. Has he got eyebrows? Are his eyebrows prominent?
No half.
I watched Final Destination, The Accountant 2, Ender's Game, and finally a wee Bruce Willis number, Hostage, which I hadn't seen in years. So,
good film.
But that was me, mate. Everywhere.
Ender's Game. I need to go back and rewatch that. I know I really enjoyed that. There's a one wee boy in it, up in space. Thinks he's playing games, but he's not playing games.
I know, he's actually committing genocide.
Aye. Harrison Ford plays a bastard. It's a bastard, yeah, man. It's a great film, Matt. Fucking great film.
It's a wee thing that goes under the radar, but every so often it pops up, I go. But I watched that instead of what I was going to watch. What I was going to watch was Lost in Space, 1998.
I went to pictures to see that, mate.
So did I.
Horrific. So much cheese. It is laden with fromage. It's fucking.
Parmesan.
Aye. Did he do Matt LeBlanc? Did he do him any favours at all?
No.
It was just be gulp Joey in space, fuck's sake. You know what I mean?
Aye. But I might still watch it anyway out of curiosity.
I know. See, we do that sort of thing. God's going to watch it just to prove to ourselves how pish it is. Let me ask you as well, you watched Suicide Squad 2. Far
Aye.
superior to the first one, innit?
Aye, I'd say so. Aye, that's aye. But see, Suicide Squad as a whole thing, mate, I think it's just flawed. Like, it's just like, I mean,
It's a
It's like
comic.
we were
It's
talking
the style of comic,
aye.
you know what I mean?
Aye, it's like we were talking about last time. It was like, right, you're putting in technically normal, like, bad people against like fucking world-saving event things. Know what I mean? It's feels like it shouldn't be their level, but hey ho. I mean,
Aye. It's, I like the shark in it, man. It's fucking big sly. Slide. Do you just eat him? Sorry.
okay, I feel like that big starfish thing is going to make an appearance in Superman. By the way,
Aye. I think everybody in DC is going to make an appearance in Superman. But I'm still hopeful, ever hopeful. Trailer drops tomorrow, by the way, because as we record this is Tuesday, and new trailer's dropping tomorrow at 5 p.m. British Standard Time. So I'm looking forward to that. I've set my alarm for 5 to 5 tomorrow at work. That's what we're watching tomorrow at work, mate. Me and you.
hold me.
Ah!
But enough about what we've watched and what's coming and all that. Today's episode, today's project, and yesterday's ocular delight, and possibly other people's ocular delight, is the 1986 smashing film Aliens. That was a Facebook group pick, wasn't it?
Oh, it was indeed, by my good pal I grew up with. Love the boy dearly from afar. But he comes and watches me when I gig and stuff like that, so we love Ian. Ian DL, thank you very much for suggesting this, mate, because it was on our lists anyway. It was on my list, it was on Chris's list. You've picked it, and you've picked bloody well, let me tell you. Bloody well.
Bloody good shit, sir. Just a wee quick rundown of some of the details here. According to the internet, the budget for the film was $18.5 million, and it brought in a nice wee sum of $131 million. So, profit galore. I dare say it's probably made me money with fucking videos and DVD sales and fuck knows what. Know what I mean?
Oh, aye, definitely.
It's not often you say to somebody that this is shite and they agree with you. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Aye, as pop culture goes, this is probably more relevant now than it was 40 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, definitely. The film was directed by Mr. James Cameron. He doesn't do a shite movie, that boy. Well, maybe Avatar, but a lot of people liked Avatar, so.
How you doing, Jim? We know you're watching. Love your work, baby. Love your work.
He's always watching. And if you're watching, Jim, stop the Avatar stuff and get back to doing just fucking one-off projects, eh?
Aye.
Fucking hell.
You're fucking... You need to free up your calendar, because if what we're led to believe is true, there's another, 3 or something to come?
Yep.
Fucking hell, man.
I've actually seen him on an interview saying he'll probably not see the last ones, but they're already written and all that. I'm like, Jim, that's no way to behaving, son.
I know. Think of all that time you're not going to get to go down to the Titanic that you like to do every couple of months. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The cast of the film, a wee quick rundown again. Sigourney Weaver, Bill Paxton, Michael Biehn, Lance Henriksen, Carrie, Henn, Paul Reiser, William Hope, Jenette Goldstein, Al Mathews, and Mark Rolston as the cast I decided to write down.
It's exactly the same here.
Yeah, aye. You go to a wee quick rundown on the synopsis there, sir.
I'll give you a quick synopsis. No problem at all. Very short and sweet as my synopsis always are. Ellen Ripley is sent back to the planet LV-426 to establish contact with a terraforming colony. Once there, she encounters the alien queen and her offspring and has to fight them to survive. She also meets a little cunt called Newt, who I don't fucking enjoy. But we'll get to that.
Aye.
Can I just say, mate, as well, that this on IMDb is still sitting at a very, very healthy 8.4 out of 10. And Rotten Tomatoes, 94%. That's what we're dealing with today, people. That's what you're tuning in for. Movie goldness.
Phenomenon. But while everybody was tuning into this in 1986, what else is happening in 1986 via Ian's research?
Let's go back to the year. Back to the year. Back to the year of our film. Boop. Aye, Ian gave us all the factoids for 1986 via the way of private message on the Facebook Messenger, because sadly, it couldn't be on today. It's more to do with our schedule than it is anybody else's. We find time very hard to get a wee couple of hours together, so sorry we couldn't get you on in. We just really don't like doing nighttime recordings because you're talking after 9 o'clock at night. It's murder, fucking murder. Anyway, Ian has gave us some factoids for 1986, and the first ones are obviously world events. I'm pretty sure we've done a few of these, so bear with us, folks, if you have heard these before. The Chernobyl nuclear disaster happened in 1986. So
Right, everybody gets superpowers.
Everybody superpowers, apart from the couple unfortunate souls that melted into puddles. But then again, if you watch the series Chernobyl, which is fucking great telly, you'll see that's not entirely true. There was also the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. That's been well documented. That went up the sky and blew up like the world's most expensive firework.
The big pizza pie.
Pizza pie. And also the Mexico, the World Cup for soccer. Soccer World Cup was in Mexico. Those dirty Mexicans had the Soccer World Cup, man. That's the first World Cup I remember. Maradona and all that shit. Peter Shilton, hand of God, loved it. Gordon Strachan kidding on, he was trying to get our advertising board because he scored against West Germany and made them fucking angry. Great World Cup, mate. Great World Cup. Another factoid was that the UK and France announced plans for the construction of the Channel Tunnel. Challenge Tunnel? That's a Challenger Tunnel, man.
I see that rocket blow up. We're going to repurpose that.
You might have seen a rocket blown up. What I see is a challenge for the world's most complicated jigsaw. And also, his last one here, The Who announces the first... It's no The Who. Ian, you forgot to put the full stops in there. It's the WHO, World Health Organization, announces the first global efforts to combat AIDS, the virus, which has disappeared. So that's good.
And this fits both things. Won't get fooled again.
Jesus Christ. Yeah! Boom, boom. Every time I hear The Who, I just think, oh, there's CSI on.
Aye, somebody's been murdered.
Brilliant, man. So that was your world events for 1986. He also says to us, get yourself to the movies back in the days, because the movies was fucking splendid. We have, number 1, Platoon, which we have done. Oh. Fantastic. Three Amigos, which is just comedy brilliance as well. The Fly, that came out, starring my good pal Jeff. Yes. Wings. He was in that. Salvador. Seen that?
Salvador? I'm not sure. I probably have. I've seen a lot of things and I just don't remember the fucking names of them.
Aye, it's no jumped out at me, and I forgot to check it up, but aye, Salvador was a movie back then, I'm sure. And number 5, The Hitcher. That was good. That was a good movie.
Aye. I nearly watched that the other day.
Aye. I might watch it later. There you go.
By the way, is he talking about Salvador? I have seen Salvador. Aye. James Woods there. He's a journalist. Goes to the Civil War stricken El Salvador to get the perfect war story. However, things take a turn and Boyle gets caught in a political dispute.
Oh, things always take turns in movies, don't they?
Back.
Aye.
That ball comes out of this fence again. I'm putting a knife in it.
All right, mate. This doesn't look like your neighbourhood. Geez, your fucking jacket.
Aye. This is El Salvador, mate. No, Mary Hall.
This is El Salvador, mate. Use your burgers or I'll fucking do you. But if you were coming out the movies, and as we always like to say, get into the old record shops and get yourself a CD single. Well, a cassette single it'd have been back then. CDs were still a fucking magical new technology.
Hand me the tape deck.
Get that high-speed dubbing off. It sounds like the Chipmunks are going after Nut there. So, singles-wise, he gave us 5 singles that are bangers. Take My Breath Away by Berlin, which was obviously the title track to Top Gun. Smashing tune. The Dreams. He's not told us who sang The Dreams, so I've not got a fucking clue who that is, to be honest with you. The Greatest Love of All. It's happening to me. Your Whitney there, God rest you, Henn. Remember the last time you take a bath? Mad with it. You know what I mean? Your daughter didn't learn any lessons there either. She took a bath, mad with it and all. It's very strange. One would almost think that there was something underhand going on there. Do you know what I mean? Alive and Kicking by Glasgow band Simple Minds, who are fantastic by the way they are. It's just a shame that they like the Celtic there, the bastards. But Alive and Kicking, brilliant song, brilliant anthem, and also the title song to one of the movies we've done, The Breakfast Club, which is a banger as well. And number 5, your friend and mine, Bon of the Jovi, You Give Love a Bad Name, which I've said to many an ex.
Oh,
See you!
Zilla.
See you, Henn. Love, is it? Love. You give love a bad name. You there? At least we can laugh about things like that, can't we? It's fucking magic. On to the next love adventures. Enough of that shite. Now, he has said that there were some tragic celebrity deaths in 1986. One being James Cagney, who you and I like to reincarnate every now and again.
I say.
Every now and again when we're reminiscing about 20s and 30s gangland black and white movies. Top of the world, ma! Cary Grant, he fucking waltzed himself right through the pearly gates. Murray Hamilton, who I'm not familiar with, but I'm sure if I seen a picture I would be. Cliff Burton, he also left this mortal coil. And Donna Reed, she popped her clogs. If she wore clogs, they were fucking popped. So there you go, that's your 5 celebrity deaths. And big thanks to Ian for taking the time out to use investigative journalism on the year of 1986, and that's the year that was.
There you go, 1986. Big hair, don't care. That was the time.
Big hair, don't care. Look at my bum bear. Everybody loves it. Do-do-do. So there we go. So what I'll do, before I ask you, mate, or before you ask me about this movie, well, I asked Ian if he could give us a wee short rundown on what this movie means to him, why he picked it and stuff like that. And he wrote down a fantastic answer, and it goes thus. So I'm Ian, right? I'm donating for Ian here. So kid on, people.
And it goes something like this.
Aye. Got a little something like this. Bam! So Ian says, it's 1987 and I'm staying at my grand's. She plods off to her bed the back of 9 p.m. and I'm sitting in front of the TV in my element. He's in his fucking element, the boy. The old fart has got BSB. And for those that aren't old enough to remember, BSB stands for British Satellite Broadcasting, which we know now as Sky. So there we go. Well done, Ian. I like that. Bit of nostalgia there. It says, so she's got BSB, unlike my lousy 4 channels back home. Flick through the channels and see there's a movie about to start called Aliens. I've no idea it's the sequel to Alien, which I haven't seen prior to this. So for the next 2 hours or so, I sat and I didn't move a muscle, except for blinking, and was totally entranced by this utter masterpiece of filmmaking. That's my first ever memory of watching Aliens. Since that night, I've probably rewatched it at least a dozen times. I've actually even went to the cinema to see it in the late 90s when it was re-released. Awesome female lead, and it has a bit of everything. Humour, action, sci-fi, and even horror. It's probably one of the few films from the 1980s that stands the test of time. I'll say there's more than a few, mate. But stands the test of time 40 years later after its release. Certainly does, mate. Certainly does. And that was a great synopsis for a Marine, wasn't it?
Aye, nice. Well, much like him, mate, I think this might have been the first of the Alien franchise I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because if memory serves me right, again, Mantis, she had this wee kind of black kind of colour thing with a wee glass door on it. And if I remember right, you had Alien, it had the big fucking egg on the front of it, see with the green lighting run about it. And then you had this, the blue one, and it's Ripley standing with a gun, and I went, I think I'll watch the one with the gun, thank you.
In fact, is it a gun or is it a big giant lighter? Little flame at the end of it.
That's his, mate. No videos in there. I think Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome was one of them. See the old cover, it was like a mad painting kind of drawing and all that. I was like, I remember these things.
Aye.
But aye, watch this with fucking pure. This is amazing. You know what I mean? And aye, like Ian said, mate, it does. Because like we've already mentioned, it's probably the best in the franchise. You know what I mean? It's...
aye. So far. But ever hopeful somebody's going to get it fucking right with all these reboots and re-releases and shit like that. But the record's not very good. But for the original trilogy, by far, I was 1986. I was 8. I've no way I've seen this when I was 8-year-old. I'm probably 12 or something. So a good few years after that, and I had seen Alien, but I wasn't fussed about Alien, the first one. I was too young to appreciate it. I'll appreciate it a hell of a lot more, but Aliens, the sequel, is it's head and shoulders. It's amazing, mate. Great. Ian got it right when he said there's everything in it. There's a horror aspect, sci-fi, humour. Do you know what I mean? It's got everything.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, mate. Ticks all the boxes. Plus, I think it world builds me, I don't know. Know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, see the first one, it kind of gave this, there's a fucking thing out here, what the fuck this, and it leaves a lot shrouded in mystery, but it's not about that. This, I think, film expands more on it. Know what I mean? Actually, I think he's buffed to the fucking franchise, to be honest with you.
Aye. He's buffed to the name Xenomorph. That's the first time you hear that. You don't hear that in the first movie. And then you're learning other words like terraforming. You're like, oh, what's this terraforming? You know what I mean? And that's been used fucking in hundreds of movies ever since.
I guess you the whole whaling corp and all that as well. This big fucking massive company out there that would just call Amazon.
I like how they just call it the company.
Aye.
Brilliant. No other
explanation. The only one left.
Aye, the company that builds everything and pays for everything and controls everything. Seen a lot of that get about, haven't we? Fuck's sake.
But see, this is us. I think this is like the James Cameron fucking spin on things as well. I think he's taken a lot of what he had planned for the Terminator and put it in this. I mean, because a lot of the things are like for like this planet, for instance, that we're on. It's the future. So when you go back and the Terminators are running about, it's the exact same landscape, fucking lightning, horribleness. Know what I mean?
Aye. And he has said since in interviews that there wasn't as much like backstory that he would have liked in Terminator 1 but in regards to looking at the future and what's going on and fucking tanks getting their skulls and all that shit, which we love, but there's not a lot in it. Probably just enough, I suppose. But you're right, mate. Big James Cameron heavy influence on this film.
Yeah, definitely. Which was like we were talking about before we went off for work. A lot of this was filmed in Pinewood Studios in Britain, and to say there was a bit of animosity is just as a kind of so comment into it.
Aye, it's fascinating. I never read trivia until we started doing this about what happened behind the scenes. I wasn't interested. I just liked films, right? But aye, amazing to think that Jimmy Cameron's rocking up to Pinewood and getting the, who do you think you are? This is Great Britain. We do things this way, Mr. C. Sitting your... Aye, there was a lot of us in them between the Brits and the Americans, wasn't there? A lot of conflict.
Aye. Aye, there was I was watching one of his interviews the day, and he says, right, well, we've got to film a scene, and none of the crew were there. And he's like, what the fuck? Where the fuck is everybody? And it turns out at Pinewood Studio there was a tea lady, and they were away buying tea and cakes and crumpets and hello,
Scones!
So apparently, well, in his words, Mr. Cameron went up to the tea lady and went, "How much for everything on this cart?" And she's like, "Sorry, love, you want something off the trolley?" And he's like, next thing he volleyed the trolley. Know what I mean? And he's like, "Listen, we'll go to fucking work. You'll have one person for each of your teams. We'll go and get whatever you want for this. But if it doesn't, if it affects shooting the more, if that's a deal breaker, then we're stopping this production. We're going back to America." So shit get fucking
shit get real. Aye. Graham Souness get fined for doing that. Up at St Johnstone. I remember. That was about fucking 40 years ago, I know.
There was so much it was fucking. I actually think he characterised it to they hated us and we hated them. Because he says, like, I don't know how true this was, but it was apparently he said in an interview, to kind of bridge the gap and all that. He's like, maybe I was getting harsh treatment because they didn't rate me as a filmmaker. Because technically, I don't think Terminator was out yet. Know what I mean? So he organised for all the cast and crew to watch the Terminator. And it was only the cast that turned up, not a single person for the crew turned up. I was like, oh, Jamesy boy, I'd have been out there with a fucking shotgun.
Aye. No, Terminator was out. It was a couple of years out, but see when Terminator came out, as we know, but people at home, you might not know, it wasn't a huge success. It was word of mouth got Terminator fucking mere thing made, and it wasn't until it was put on mainstream telly that people went, oh, this is magic, this film. Aye, so I can understand why Blighty was reserved and hadn't seen it.
Aye, but and they end up, after production and all that, he gathered everybody together. So what they thought was going to be a big rousing speech. And along the words they went, the only thing that's got me through this whole production is the thought that I can one day drive out to Pinewood Studios and never come back here and be safe in the knowledge that you bastards are going to be here forever. And he never went back to Pinewood. Never. So
there you go.
And I mean, there was somebody at Pinewood going like, why did Jamesy Cameron not make his films here? I was like, well, do you know old Paul there that's pushing that brush about at the back? It's his fucking fault.
Aye. Him and that 97-year-old tea lady that's still working there.
Hello, dearie.
Aye, our wee sugarly wheel. That was James Cameron doing that to that wheel. He sugared that wheel, that bastard.
Aye. Animosity to say the least. But
aye. You don't need it, do you, mate? You don't need that in your work. You know what I mean?
No.
However,
no.
Obviously we're so delighted to say that it didn't affect the movie one bit. You know, like most films, the movie wasn't shot in sequences, but for added realism, this is how good James Cameron is. I thought this was fucking genius, right? James Cameron filmed the scene where they first meet, right? One of the very first opening scenes, he filmed that last. And his reason for doing that was that when he filmed that, he wanted to show the camaraderie between this little platoon and all that. It was real. And it was real because they'd been working together on set for like 3 months. So he shot the first scene of them last because it was natural. That's James Cameron, man.
That's it, mate. That's it. Because apparently all the Marines are trained by the SAS. I know the SAS are good, but do you really train to fight aliens in space?
Maybe they do. Maybe they're prepared for that shit. Expect the unexpected and all that jazz, you know what I'm saying?
The film also won 2 Oscars for effects and sound, and that's definitely justified. So again, you had the man Stan Winston on set to do the old alien effects and that, and I mean, unlike the first Alien film, you get to see plenty of the aliens and all that, don't you?
They're brilliant. They're brilliant. Again, as I say, age-wise, wasn't privy to the first film as much as real film goers probably were expecting. I think your socks would have been blown off after watching the first film and then watching this, because you're like, whoa, just see that weight. We'll talk about scenes later, but aye, they're prominent, they're very prominent, and they're mobile, and they're scary, and they're up in your fucking face, and to great effect, man. Absolutely brilliant.
Aye. Uh,
There was also some humour on set as well, right? Between the cast, especially the cast, because when filming the scene with Newt in the duct, Carrie Henn, who plays Newt, kept deliberately blowing her scene so she could slide down the vent all the time. So she was like playing on set, and she loved it. Which she later called the slide, which was 3 stories tall. James Cameron finally dissuaded her by saying that if she completed the shot, she could play in it as much as she wanted. She did, and he kept his promise. So there you go. Working with children and animals, bastards.
It's always a bastard, that, isn't it?
Right.
Well, so to say, like, I've been on set, like, listen, darling.
Listen here, you little bitch. Get the shot done, or I will beat your mother around the head and body and say it was your fault. How'd you like them apples?
The yellow
like that?
pages. The yellow pages, that would have been the size of a fucking
Yellow
know what I
pages,
mean?
like your fingers there walking there. Look at that action. You're not going to see that in the audio. Ho-ho!
Oh, Jesus.
But they had to tread carefully in that wee lassie on set, I suppose, because she was young. I mean, Bill Paxton, he continuously apologised to Carrie Henn throughout filming every time Hudson had to swear in front of her, which was a fucking lot. Henn later admitted that she didn't mind, mainly because she really didn't know what any of the words meant. Years later, during cast reunions, Henn had grown up so much that Paxton didn't recognise her at first. They were her. But she didn't act after this, didn't she, know, the wee lassie?
I don't think so. Nah. I think this might have been a harrowing experience.
Aye.
Jim
But
Cameron sitting about the tea and crumpet.
but I know for a fact she's a regular on the circuit, like at Comic Con
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. So she's
Ah.
obviously still getting her rent paid through this film.
Well, talking about somebody else getting a rent paid. I mean, I don't know if Jennifer Lawrence has seen this film, right? But see Sigourney Weaver. That's kind of launched her again, done it? I mean, she actually
Sigourney Weaver?
wasn't.
Is she in this movie?
Right, nah, see her, it's like she's like a female action movie lead. You know?
She can't. No. Listen, I'll stop you there. There was no such thing as a female lead before Jennifer Lawrence. That's fact, mate. Nobody's pulled her up
Action,
in that, so it
action,
must be
female
true.
lead. Action.
I'll need to watch this again and see if it's a justified comment you've just made there, because Jennifer told the world that wasn't a thing.
I know. And see, even more fucking, again, researching for it. I mean, she wasn't convinced to do this film because she thought the first one stood up so well. Just leave it there. She read what James Cameron wrote for the character and all that and loved it.
Mm-hmm.
She even, get this at all, she even fought to get herself the $1 million fee for the film. And she was backed with Jamesy again. Know what I mean? So not only did she star in the film, get a heavy wedge, shall we say, she was also allowed to make changes to the film, but she was denied on 2 occasions. She actually wanted Ripley to die in the film, and Jamesy went no. So, I mean, kind of shoots down the whole fucking no female action lead. Know what I mean? It's
Aye. Obviously,
again,
that it's a continuous listener to your podcast will know that was a lot of tongue in cheek there, because there is very much a thing as female leads and female action leads. And Sigourney Weaver, you're right, mate. It did relaunch her a wee bit, but she nailed it, man. She absolutely nailed it. She's brilliant in this. She's like, her dialogue's good. She carries herself well, and the arc in her character is just, it's great, fucking great. And then she gets out of stasis sleep in her scants and oh man, she's looking fine. The woman's looking good, know what I mean? I like Sigourney. I got a lot of time for her, but she knows that. She does know that.
Aye, mate. It's so weird that you said that because I was going to say that.
What, cutting about in her scants?
No, just I've got a lot of time for her.
Aye, well, I bet you to it. It's fucking allowed. You're still about 5-1 on that score with that one, man. So.
No, but I mean, aye. Brilliant, man. Like you say, the whole character kind of shut in after the first one, and then comes round, ends up in charge of the Marines. You know what I mean? It's just, it does get some shit done here, buddy. And again, it's believable.
Aye.
And it's like the whole thing. It's not like see new. I know what is it they call it, the Mary Sue thing, where they can do everything brilliant right away and no fucks given sort of thing. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like even see the first time she shoots her the pulse rifle she's got, she fucking what I mean, like you would. No, I mean it's fucking believable. You're like, aye, I like that.
You've got to think as well, right? In the context of the movie, she has barely escaped with her life at the end of the first one on the Nostromo, and then she's went to sleep. And yes, 57 years have passed, but no when you're sleeping. So she's went to sleep, woke up, new shit's going down. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm just out of there. just made it out of your own. And they asked me to do what?
I know. It's fucking nuts. And for the time she's awake they eventually go, I think it's like 6 months or something like that. Something like Airlines. Know what I mean? So shit goes topsy-turvy.
She must hate going to bed that last night. Oh shit, man.
I know. But as I was saying to you last night, I was watching the director's cut. And there was deleted scenes. And it's one thing that always, I suppose, annoyed people was the whole fact that, see, Ripley then, when they find Newt, it's like the mother instinct thing comes in and all that, right? But one of the deleted scenes is actually Ripley being told about her daughter, that she grew up and died at 66 and all that, know what I mean? So that's like kind of fresh in the memory sort of thing, because for her it was she's just away, she's back finding out she's daughter did, know what I mean? But there was other deleted scenes that you got to see the colonists before obviously shit hit the fan.
Right.
You go to see wee Newt's family. They're the one that actually discovers the ship again and kick off. So it's technically her fault and the family's fault. All I say is Ripley's daughter. And then you've got the bit, see where the Marines have barricaded themselves. They've got a couple of automatic turrets and they're shooting aliens as there's like waves of attacks. But, I mean, some things added to the story, but other ones were cut out for whatever reasons, know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It makes me think that one about her daughter dying and all that is perfectly plausible, and I can see why that would happen. I can't remember for the life of me if she mentions having a daughter in the first one, but so maybe that's why he thought, does she? Aye.
I don't know. I've not watched the first one in a while.
Because if she doesn't mention that she's a mother in the first movie, then I would imagine James Cameron's thought about that and thought, well, do people really care? Know what I mean? So
that's it. So,
but aye, makes sense.
Aye, he's a champion for the women, isn't he? Is your Jamesy? I mean,
he loves
to read the fucking action hero and all. Know what I mean?
He does. He loves the Vijiji, does there, James? look what he done to Look what he done to Linda Hamilton's career, man. Jesus, he made her one of the. Her and Sigourney Weaver are probably two of the most kick-ass fucking female action leads in movie history to date.
Oh, definitely.
And my honest opinion on you, Jennifer Lawrence, is fuck you. You're not even a good female lead. Aye, you were no bad in Hunger Games and that, but you weren't kicking ass on Alien and Terminator levels, know what I'm saying?
Rob McGlinchky interpreting for the Neds there. Another one that kind of shocked me last night. Michael Biehn wasn't actually first cast as Hicks. It was actually James Remar, who was fired at the time they says it was for, what was it, artistic differences. But in later years, James Remar actually admitted they had a drug problem and get caught with a bag of cocaine on set, know what I mean? So
artistic differences, eh? He's
I
ready to
know.
fight the aliens with fucking white powder on his moustache.
That's what kicked it off, mad alien like that. Hey man.
Saw some things, man. Another
Got
quite
seen-
interesting thing was because I thought he was very prominent, but obviously this tells you he wasn't. Lance Henriksen, who plays Bishop, had privately pledged to quit acting if this part didn't work out for him after years of journeyman roles. It proved to be one of his most successful films. Because it gets a good bit of screen time, does Bishop in this. He plays a pivotal part to the story and the success of the eventual end and stuff like that. I like him. I've got a lot of time for the boy.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, see that bit he's climbing through the tunnel? That is fucking nightmare fuel.
Aye.
That just makes me so uncomfortable. It's fucking ugh.
It's not like John McClane in the Air Duct, man. He makes light of it. Get together down the coast, have a few laughs. No, he's fucking. Our Bishop's going at it because he's racing
He's
against.
shuffling along on his feet, mate. His feet are just shuffling, pushing his body along this fucking. It's horrible, mate. Horrible looking.
Aye. You
You
forget.
know what I mean?
You forget Annoy's a synthetic, as they call them, and this is a droid. You know
Aye.
what I mean? He's fueled by that white spunky stuff, which you see a lot of later on.
Aye. Which is actually milk in yogurt. Apparently.
Aye, we'll call it yogurt. That's probably nice. That's probably a nicer way of doing it, Chris. Thanks for that. You made me seem like a mad rapey old man. Guy full of spunk.
but funny you should mention the synthetic and all. You see when Ripley's going after nothing, saying you didn't say there was a cyborg on board and all that. They actually mention that the old synthetics were actually Hyperdyne synthetics, which I was like, I'm sure they're Terminator. So,
Aye.
does that mean these two exist in the same world? Oh,
Doing the director's heat now, I'll tell you that. It's good. Another wee Easter egg here before Easter eggs were a fucking thing. I like that shit. We'll talk about Sigourney Weaver as an actress again. She got a Best Actress Academy Award nomination for this movie. Was the first ever for an actress in a role in a sci-fi action movie. Although Jane Alexander had previously been nominated for Best Actress for her role in the apocalypse drama Testament, 1983, never heard of it. And Melinda Dillon was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for her role in Close Encounters of the Third Kind way back in 1977. So, again, Jennifer Lawrence, if you're listening, evidence suggests you're talking to a
it
hole in
seems
the
you have
fucking
selective history.
Aye.
Nah.
Eh,
No, it was just what it is, mate. That's you see the reason we keep bringing that up. It's the fact that it was said and nobody questioned it. You know what I mean? It was like everybody went, "You're right, Jennifer. There hasn't been anybody," and you felt like going, "Sorry, what?"
I do believe it was on a women's talk show with a women audience, and a lot of vaginas fucking on fire at her comments. You know what I mean? Magic. Oh, you're right, sister. Preach it, baby. Talk shit. The Alien Nest set was kept intact after filming. Listen to this. It was later used as the Axis chemical set for Batman, 1989. When the Batman crew first entered the set, they found most of the alien nest still intact. Fucking hell.
You can't know that, guy. No, I mean, I like stuff like that.
That's your
'Cause
recycling there before recycling was fucking forced upon you.
I can see that as well, mate. Like I was saying about the world building and all that, you kind of instead of got characters getting fleshed out, the aliens kind of get fleshed out. Know what I mean?
Aye.
Because you're like, they fucking they build hives and fucking eggs and shit. They incubate people and then fucking there's a queen. There's a queen. Where the fuck that come from? Know what I mean? It's fucking
Aye,
again smart. Know what I mean?
very smart. Because again, in the first one, I'm going to go back and watch the first. I watched the three in their sequence. But you go back to the first one, we're not starved of the xenomorph. but it's more prominent. The facehuggers are more prominent in it, and then the hatchlings, what comes out the stomach, are more prominent than the actual xenomorph itself, the thing that's causing this, until the very end, obviously, when all hell breaks loose. So in this one, your ocular overload of xenomorphs is, as much as a surprise as it is, fucking brilliant. So welcoming, man. And as you say, mate, the effects-wise, practical and special in this movie for 1986 are so good. They're actually so good that when Fox executives saw an early cut of the film, they complained to producer Gail Ann Hurd that it looked like the money had all been spent on sets rather than special effects. Hurd took great delight in telling the executives that a majority of the sets that they were seeing in the film were indeed miniatures or optical effects. For example, special effects. The artists behind these images were very pleased that their work had fooled the money men, which I love and I like to hear that.
It's like the thing with see the hypersleep pods. Each one of them cost, I think it was like $5,000 or something, and they only had the budget to make 4. So see, in that scene, to make it look like there was more, they just put a big mirror. And know what I mean? You're just like,
aye,
well done.
One of the first things I looked for last night when I watched it, because I read that as well, and I'm like, aye, you can see, you can't see it, but you need to look for it. But you see the pods get up and sync, mirror effect, which is clever as fuck, man.
Oh, aye, that's what I mean, mate. It's the whole, there's like we said about it in the past, mate. CGI is made, I don't know if it's just made movie makers lazier or just more reliant on it, know what I mean? Whereas, like, again, anybody who's got Disney Plus, I think it's on, is it Lights and Magic? See if you go back and watch that just for the amount of shit they had to use for films and all that. Superb. Superb.
ILM. Obviously, James Cameron's worked very much closely with ILM, and they're in this as well. That guy that won the Oscar, he was one of the pioneering guys in the whole Star Wars stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, excellent. That's it. But see what we're talking about and all, like obviously the facehuggers and all that. See, there's a scene in this that actually shows you how dangerous they wee fucking things are. Because like,
really?
Before you go like, that's a mad spider. Know what I mean? You fucking step on that, that's cushy. But then you see when it's actually attacking Ripley and all that, it takes about 3 people to pull this fucking thing off her. Know what I mean?
Aye.
You're like, oh.
Aye, it's horrible. Even when like the crew get in to the colony, as it were, and they get into the lab and there's one behind a jar that Bishop sees and it's still alive. And you just see the sucker against the glass. You're like, oh, imagine that could do in your fucking throat, man. Dropping an egg in your belly. Jesus Christ. Oh, gives me the bug thinking about it.
Oh, it's a dirty creature. It's a dirty creature.
As a dirty creature. I've always... You can buy the masks, right?
Aye.
The facehugger masks. But even the thought of putting a kid-on mask on that fucking makes me feel dead uncomfortable, by the way.
Right. It's fucking Megan.
That's the word. That's the Glasgow word for it, people. This week's word is minging. We need to start doing that, mate. We need to start doing that every podcast like Sesame Street. Today's podcast was brought to you by the word fuck and the word minging.
Minging. Bye. It's again, mate, look, on the xenomorphs and the queen and all that, see just the like new creature design and all that. Know what I mean? Like fucking obviously it's a thing that's happened now. They always change the design of the xenomorphs and all that. So it's like, oh, you want to see it this time? Fucking it's again, like I said earlier on, it was like it launched the franchise. Know what I mean? Because before Alien was just a one-off film. Now there's things that you can look for and fucking
do you know what they give the xenomorphs in this movie as well? Personality. They're not just mindless reproductive destroyers. They've got a plan and they've got tactics in this as well, and they're sneaky bastards. They know if they walk through the door they'll get shot, so what they're going to do, get into ducts, get into ceilings and all that, and under instruction of the fucking queen.
That's it. Well, that was, see, one of the deleted scenes, like I says, it technically adds to the film, but it doesn't really matter. See, when the turrets, it's like the corridors, it's like the aliens are trying to find a way in, and they know they can't get by the turrets without getting killed, right? So that's how they find another way, and it's along the ceiling, which obviously they fucking get in that way, and you're just going, well, like prodding all the defences to see how a white egg get in, know what I mean? So it was like intelligence. So you're going, oh fuck.
Aye.
But
That old rats in a maze kind of thing. You know what I mean?
aye, that's it. But since I've mentioned scenes, mate, here's some of your favourite ones. Go, hit me with your best shot.
I've wrote down here in capital letters, Spunkmeyer. Just his name, Spunkmeyer. That's just a genuine childish source of amusement for me. Hey, Spunkmeyer! That's not a scene. So, favourite scenes, mate, I'll go right back to the start. Ripley's reanimation in the dream. Because we see her wake up, go to the toilet and all that, and then meet Burke. I think this is all happening. And it must have happened, but it also morphs into a dream sequence where she just starts convulsing and getting held down, and the alien starts coming out her stomach. And then she wakes up
Jonesy.
in her bed. Jonesy. And she wakes up in her bed, and you're like, oh, that was intense, man. What an opening. Like, here we go. You know what I mean?
Jonesy, that fucking traitorous cat,
I know.
just starts hissing. Like, fuck you, man.
Aye, exactly. So that was a great way to just start the movie and let you know where we are and where Ripley's at as well. Because ultimately, her nightmares are the reason she goes back with him. That makes her mind up to go in with the platoon on it, because she's fucking dead against it, and so would I be, by the way. Even when she's talking to the board of directors for the company, and she's like, they're like, yeah, well, you did destroy a multi-million-dollar spaceship, but in today's money, it's not a lot of money. It's like 47 million. I mean, but our line to that was, you know what, they can fucking bill me. You know what I mean?
Aye, that's it.
What about you, mate? Here's one of yours.
Since I mentioned that, mate, I was thinking back to see when I first seen this, and the bit that fucking pure stuck out to me was the bit the aliens are crawling along the ceiling to get in. Obviously, I was going to mention it, but see the wee motion sensor ping sound. How effective is that? Know what I mean? It's so fucking simple, yet you fucking dread hearing the sound.
Aye.
You're like, oh no!
Aye, it's just synonymous with this film. If you heard that anywhere, you'd be like, aliens. Do you know what I mean? And also, you said it won an Oscar for best sound.
Aye.
See the pulse rifles?
Yep.
They've got a personality about them and all. They're like a person. They're like shooting, and there's a ring of desperation after them and all. Brrr, brrr. I'm shooting, but I don't know if it's working. I'm shooting if I don't know if it's working. That was great. And the rifles are sold. See the countdown for the magazines. Fucking brilliant.
Aye. I know, mate. So when you used to play the fucking games and all that, and you'd see the wee counter on the side, you're like, oh, that's fucking real.
Aye. I've got all the alien games on my wee handheld emulator, man. I think make a wee shot of that later, I think.
But that, mate, just that fucking pinging and shits, they're just getting closer and closer, and you're like, what the fuck? Just this mad. And then the realisation they're in the ceiling, and see just that bit of Hicks fucking looks up, and you just see them all crawling along it. You're going, oh shit.
Aye, when the torch hits them. Because that's our first look at them since Alien, and that's when we realised, oh, they've changed. They're mobile. There's more than one of them, and they're tactically coming in numbers. Jesus, it's terrifying. Terrifying.
It's fucking. And even then, it's not the only way they worked themselves in. Know what I mean? They went round their back to make sure there was no exit. Obviously, wee Hudson, he gets poked through the fucking flare. Know what I mean? Dragged away, screaming. See that screaming off with Will Paxton? Oh, I fucking felt for that boy.
Telling you. He's amazing in this film, Will Paxton. He's sorely missed in the world of movies, but this character, he kind of starts off like his character of Chet in Weird Science. Just gum chewing, chest out, Philly cell. Know what I mean?
Aye. Say full blown shite bag.
which onset PTSD within
Aye.
seconds is amazing, and he's no good for morale, the boy. Let's say that.
No, he is not. He is not.
We'll get to some of his
But
lines later on, mate.
again, it's even in that sequence, like, again, the Ripley thing. It's the first time shooting a fucking rifle. Know what I mean? And you see it. She presses the button and she's fucking shocked and surprised when this thing kicks and fucking shoots this thing. Know what I mean? So you're like, aye, this shit is believable. Know what I mean?
Aye, definitely. Another one for me is Burke's underhand double cross of Ripley and Newt. Ripley and Newt go for a wee lie down, and when they wake up in the lab, they're locked in, but they've been locked in with a face hugger, mysteriously.
Yeah.
But it transpires that it's Burke that's done it, and you see it brilliantly done because you see Ripley in the camera waving, and then it just morphs back to the camera room and Burke switching it off.
Yeah.
And you're like, you fucking bat, I hate your guts, mate. I hate you so much. I want you dead. Paul Reiser, right? Paul Reiser's a great actor. He's done some cracking fucking roles in some cracking films. And he's prominent in TV in America as well. But see, in this, his character is such, and he plays it that well, that you hate his guts. Hate him. Because he's all about the company, isn't he?
Yeah. It's like I said to you last night, mate. I've hated that actor since this film. I know it's like I fucking hate him and I can't watch anything he's in. See, even if he's a good guy in a film, I just go like, watch that bastard. Watch him.
Aye.
Because I'm sure he cropped up in Stranger Things, maybe.
Aye, yes.
And he was one of the bad scientists. And I went, oh, look at you. You fell right in your feet, you bastard.
Didn't have to practice to do that role, did you?
Aye, fucking. You've got a history of this, you're an arsehole.
Aye.
Fucking.
I mean, it's brilliant because they're locked in and all that, and there's trepidation and there's jeopardy. That wee facehuggers cutting about. They have no weapons. They're locked in, and then, like you mentioned before, when the team they get in, it takes a team of three of them to get that facehugger off Ripley's neck. You know what I mean? Brilliant.
So, mate, it was. Like I say, it was like these wee hits. I was like, they're ridiculous, right? But see that kind of fucking put in. Like, because see when you see these films, you go, oh, how is it that people are getting fucking facehuggers on them? Know what I mean? Like, behave yourself. And then you see how fucking formidable they are. Know what I mean? They don't super strong. You can't exactly fucking cut them off people, or the acid goes everywhere and fucking. Aye, man, it's like you say. Plus, it's the way it's creeping about. It's creeping about like a fucking mad spider. And you know me, mate. I'm not into spiders. Know what I mean? And then when she's throwing things in the way to try and get it, to fucking, and it's just batting fucking things away like that. Here you wee bastard.
Aye. They're mental, man. They're rapid, and then like you say, they've got the big, long, elongated tails that get around your neck and pull itself in, and obviously probably squeeze their offering down your throat so you can't regurgitate it. Oh,
their offering. Take my seed.
He's another one, mate.
Well, for me, again, thinking back when I first seen this, when I was fucking a teeny tiny person, and the Queen gets revealed, that fucking blew my tiny mind. I was like, what size is that fucking thing, man?
I know.
And even then, it was just fucking see the mad breathing and all that come off it, and then it's mad fucking. It's like kind of growl or roar or whatever the fuck you might call it. This big hiss. It was like fucking oof. And then again, like you says earlier, it showed like a kind of intelligence that Ripley fucking shoots the flamethrower and then points it at the egg. You know what I mean? And it goes like that. It's like the two xenomorphs are coming in. It goes, hold up, wait a minute. I mean,
that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant, mate.
Fucking aye. Like I say, mate, see, just even the design it and all that, you go. I mean, it's obviously been, to quote James, foreshadowed that there's something laying eggs. You know what I mean? And then you see this big bastard thing, and it's fucking, see the shadow and all that, you're going, what the fuck, man? This fucking looks mental.
See for a thing that's not got any eyes, or it's really got nothing to make a facial expression way. See, it's Jaws.
Aye.
You can just tell it's fucking raging and angry and wants to because the tremor of the teeth and the slabbers and all that, it's one of the most frightening things I've ever seen on telly. I remember how I felt watching this young and getting up to put my room light back on. You know what I mean? I'm not scared. I'm just putting a light on because I like to see my walls and that, you know, and I'm not letting your leg dangle out the bed, all that shit.
It's just one of the things, mate. It's always stuck with me. You know what I mean? It's like, see when you, I mean, I'm going to call it creature features, but I watched fucking all sorts of the things when I was fucking a wee boy and all that. Like, it's like Predator. Why does Predator stick with you? Because that thing just fucking looks, boom, look at that fucking thing. And these were the exact same. You know what I mean? It's fucking.
It's why it was so very disappointing. Is it the next movie, the one after it, when the xenomorph's morphed by a human and it's got features and all that? You're like, that just looks fucking like comedy cuts, man. Let's get back to 1986 and do that way and keep it that way.
That's it. Yeah, I think we've said it. You had the perfect monster. And now you're trying to go away from that. In the sake of doing something new like that. Don't do it. It didn't work in Alien Resurrection with that big fucking orange thing. Know what I mean? Just leave it.
That's great, mate. There's some reveal with the Queen. One of my favourite bits as well is them coming out the ceiling. Just the ceiling just becoming xenomorphs.
Yeah,
it's brilliant because the motion tracker didn't fucking pick them up then. You know what I mean? Until they started creeping out the ceiling and all that, and that is total jeopardy, man. It's horrible.
Well, I've got that wrote down as well. The ambush on the Marines and the nest, because there's a shot where it's like one of the Marines, and it pans out. Like the first time you see it, you don't see it as alien, right? But obviously, if you watch it, as if we probably have, I've watched this a fucking unhealthy amount of times. There's just you see the xenomorph just on the wall, and you're going, clever girl.
Aye, do you know, that's funny you say that. It's just triggered that these are very much like the Raptors in Jurassic Park. That's good, that, mate, but I like that. Clever girl.
Well, there you go. There's your connection, because Stan Winston also done Jurassic Park.
Brilliant.
It's all about connecting. It's not about the fucking or the leaking.
It's not about the butthole pleasures. It's about connection, man. It's about love, man. But see when they're in the ceiling, they're in the walls, they're in the ceiling, they're everything that surrounds these Marines, the tunnel. The symmetry is beautiful. It looks beautiful, man, because they're symmetrical, and you look back and you think, why would I not notice them? The ceiling's ridged like their spine, man, but and their tail, but it's so good. It's amazing, and it's frightening, really frightening. Because just it's caveated on off the back of them finding one sole survivor stuck in the wall who's begging to be shot. Kill me. And instead of shooting her the fucking flamethrower, I wanted killed quickly, mate.
See, I remember that, and obviously fucking that scared me. See, when I was fucking younger. See, when I first seen that fucking, I'm going, oh, so what with you big bastard? You know what I mean? And it's fucking. No, you see the first one with what's his name again? William Hurt? No, it's not William Hurt. Is it William Hurt?
Aye.
For the first one? Aye.
John
no,
Hurt.
You say his wasn't. Aye. No, you say his wasn't graphic. But see that one, it felt me a sore. If you know what I mean? Because it doesn't get out in the first burst. Know what I mean? You're like, oh.
Horrible, man. Fucking horrible. Plus the fact she looks no well, that lassie. She wasn't in perfect health enjoying a meal, and then like that she knew it was coming, because obviously she's been stuck to that one, probably watched several happen before her, and she knows what's coming. It's fucking disgusting, but a brilliant scene. Any other ones?
The soundtrack to this lends a lot to it. The score is the score, man. But as even like see when that scene's happening, it's like a man fucking haunting kind of sci-fi tune, you know what I mean? And it again fucking draws you in like, what the fuck? What's going on, man?
Again, very much Terminator ilk.
Mm.
Meow, meow. Not as much a score as a musical effect. It's great. Lets you know your environment. It's great, mate. You're right. You're no wrong. You're very rarely wrong. You say that about you.
Oh, lines, mate. Geese, oi, Hudson's, go.
My first Hudson one is, "Hey Vasquez, you ever been mistaken for a man?" Vasquez says, "No. Have you?" High five. That's the camaraderie between them on it. It's good.
When you said that, I'm just imagining my Borat. High five.
Very nice. And I'll do another one. I'm not going to do the obvious Ripley, get away from her, you bitch. That's just synonymous with this movie. Everybody said that. Do you know what I mean? There's another one. Ripley says, "You know, Burke, I don't know which species is worse. You don't see them fucking each other over for a goddamn percentage." Yeah, you're right, Henn. You've got that guy down to a T, by the way.
Yeah. I just like the man. I like the man with a poem. See this Hudson gets up and he's like, "This flare's freezing." He's like, "Oh, do you want me to get your slippers for you?" And he's like, "Oh, gee, would you start?" And he just looks at him and he goes, "Look into my eye."
I know. See, if that was in Glasgow, I'd just says, "Look into my eyes. Bang! Your balls are paralysed."
It's fucking.
Primary
It's
school.
so fucking. And then Hudson again, mate. See when he just after they've just escaped the nest. "Hey, maybe you haven't been keeping up on current events, but we just got our asses kicked, pal." It's fucking.
Aye.
Oh, fucking amazing, man.
It's, it goes hand in hand with his physical acting of the character. He's shit his pants, man. He's not expected for this. Every single shred of bravado and confidence has left that man's body in a split
Aye.
second. Do you know what I mean?
There's such a character arc, isn't there? He goes to fucking, "I'm the fun guy, don't give a fuck," and all that, to fucking, "I am shiting myself."
That's it. Ripley has a good statement when the board of directors are trying to convince her to go back, and she's looking at them all as if, because they're not taking in what she's saying. In fact, I think goes as far as to think that a lot of them don't believe her, and she just says, "Did IQs just suddenly sharply drop while I was away?" Get that?
Like there's one I know, like she says when she's talking to the Marines talking about it. In fact, she just goes something like, "I just need to know where they are," sort of thing. And she goes, "Oh, I hope you're right." "Oh, I really do." And then tells them, because then just one of these things took out my entire crew in less than 24 hours. And you see them all like that.
Aye. It's interesting that Ripley gets this. She earns the respect to the platoon.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? They're jocks, right? They're confident, they're bravado, or high fives on it, but they don't dismiss her. They listen to her, and they fucking very quickly realise that she's fucking right. You know what I mean? But it's good. She's not just shot down. Hicks, Michael Biehn's Hicks in it.
Yeah.
Very much Kyle Reese character, the Terminator again. Got a lot of time for Michael Biehn, but again, he gravitates towards her, showing her the rifle and all that kind of stuff. Saying he can handle herself. He goes like, "I think you can handle yourself, and I like you. You're good people. You're not just a scientist." That's brilliant.
You're not just any advisor. You're an M&S advisor.
Aye.
Again, man, just I'm in danger of just quoting fucking Hudson all the way through this, but she's just going, "Game over, man. Game over." Well,
What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do? Mad boxes. Maybe we can build a fire. Sing. He's serious when he says this, Burke. Maybe we can build a fire, sing Kumbaya or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, fucking somebody put a bullet in him. That was not a joke. He was serious saying that. That wee cunt. He's not even got a collar in his future suit. Jesus Christ.
His future suit. Oh. Yeah, the other man's, mate, that's the only man's I don't, because I was like, I was in danger because I've learned to cut my lines down.
I've got more here, but I want to say the one to get it off my chest because it's the most hated thing in cinema for me. And it's been, listen, you've got to remember this wee lassie that plays Newt was a wee lassie, right? But even as child actors go, she's not very good. She's saying her lines and she's constantly got this Princess Diana pose. Where the face goes down there, but the eyes go up there. And then she says, after the attack, we better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come out at night. Dramatic pause. Mostly. You fucking know! I hear you! Mostly. What's say it in an English accent for? Mostly.
I've got a question about how she knows it's nighttime. Because
is there daytime on that planet? Is there daytime on that planet?
I know.
We don't see it. Do you know what I mean?
I know, mate. That's the one thing I go, what do you mean they come out at night? I mean, I know things are scarier at night and that's planted there for a reason, but I'm like, it doesn't seem like it gets any darker.
No.
Or any lighter.
Doesn't get any fucking lighter, I'll tell you that. Definitely doesn't get any lighter.
What do I mean?
Another couple of lines, mate. Sergeant Ape on it, like, I've got a lot of time for that guy.
Yeah.
All right, sweethearts, you heard the man and you know the drill. Assholes and elbows, Hudson, come on, come here, come on.
He's like, Hudson, get over here. Get.
Because you told me to, drill sergeant. She's got another cracking line as well. Sergeant Apon. All right, sweethearts, what are you waiting for? Breakfast in bed, another glorious day in the corps. A day in the Marine Corps is like a day on the farm. Every meal's a banquet, every paycheck a fortune, every formation a parade. I love the corps. I could work under that guy.
I don't know, mate. There's nothing that. See, like fucking everybody else is getting out the sleep pods, know what I mean? The stasis pods, not everybody's all waking up like, oh fuck, man, he's like, where's my fucking stogie?
He's went to sleep holding that. Know what I mean? 6 months he's had that in his fucking hand for.
Oh, man, it's fucking so good. Everybody else is pure fucked, man. He's like, here. Up.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Superb, man.
What else have we got here? Have I got anything else? No, I've not really brought down any other ones of prominence other than like Hudson when they're ready to do the drop and he's like, we ran an express elevator to hell, going down. I think that's where his bravado stopped after that, you know what I mean?
There was another deleted scene with that, and it's Hudson fucking getting into detail what we've got. Well, we've got these grenades, we've got this pulse rifle, we've got that. Don't worry about it, Ripley. We're here to fucking kill everything. And then it's like, he fucking ends up a shite bag, know what I mean? You're like
that. That's just fucking great, man. Game over, man. Game over.
But he starts going like that. Hudson, shut up. This wee lassie said I do here. We need training. And he goes, shoot her in charge.
She survived for 17 days without weapons or ammunition. 17 days? We gotta last 17 hours, man. Fucking 17 minutes. So lucky to survive.
Aye, man.
One thing that doesn't annoy me, but I ask questions about it. And there is holes in this film, by the way, there is holes, but when they summon back the ship to come pick them up, obviously, as in, they've had the fucking ramp down while they've been sitting waiting because there's anyone else getting into the ship. But I'll never understand that on this dark planet why the pilot is wearing fucking sunglasses. Here, Henn. She alright, aye? I mean,
just a look at it. It's just everybody's just cool pilots with their fucking shades. But
suppose you're right.
See, I'm actually honest. Look, obviously the big crescendo at the end with Ripley fighting the Queen in the big loader. What do you think of that? Was that too far? Was it? No, I mean, no believable.
And I suppose you could pick holes in it. However, for the movie, I really don't fucking mind it. I like it. I really like it. And I love the thought of the big loaders. They're cracking.
Uh,
They look brilliant. Almost recreated in Avatar, really, aren't they?
aye, really. A
But
lot of
it's
this is fucking an Avatar, really.
aye, so recreated as a weapon or a combat suit. But I love the big loaders. When she first demonstrates that she can run a loader, and that's when she impresses Apon and Hicks,
Mm.
and she picks up the box, and it's that shot. Where do you want it? And Apon's manages to move that cigar in his mouth. Fucking brilliant. Goes,
I know.
"Oh, Dark 17, please. I think I like you, baby. I like the fight. The fight's good.
Aye.
You would think the Queen would be a bit more agile. Do you know what I mean? To win, but she doesn't. But I like it.
Aye. So that's because I've seen people kind of go after that, but like you, mate, I don't mind it. It's aye, it has its place. Know what I mean?
That's
It's
probably the only way she can defeat the Queen. The only thing she's
aye,
got at hand. Do you know what I mean? Because she's in time-honoured tradition. In every movie where there's a flamethrower involved, it runs out of gas. You know what I mean?
aye. Exactly. Plus, see again, harking back to it, I know it's fucking a nonsense thing, but see the whole thing like women not having a champion, so to speak. That was it. That was the organic fucking way to do it.
Hmm.
Know what I mean? It
Definitely.
was. It put everything all together. Know what I mean? Like I
Hmm.
know Newt's no her daughter, but she's going to fucking protect her fucking daughter for this thing, no matter what the fuck it is. Know what I mean? And you're like,
Aye.
there's there, boom, do that, do that.
Aye. If you want to look even deeper into it, you could say that the final battle is between two mothers
Huh?
protecting their offspring. That's what it's all about. Bitches
So,
running wild, man.
what I say is, mate, it's fucking. Because I remember Manty always mentioning that, but get away from her, you bitch. And I'm like, you're quite taken with that, aren't you? But
Because
nice.
a mother would defend their Wayne to the last. You know what I mean? And it's great. I think it caveats the movie beautifully. Again, we always say it probably because it's films we like. There is no dead space in this film. There's no fillers. I mean, you've just told us about the deleted scenes that were actually taken out that could have added to it or it wouldn't have looked out of place. But aye, this is great. Even the wee down bits when they're talking amongst each other and all that all means something. We're getting character references. We're seeing Burke as more and more the asshole, and it's not his company. Why would you see these things in action and then stick to your own wee underhand plan? You know what I mean?
I know. I know. Dirty bastard. But with all that being said and perused and looked over, if you don't have anything else to mention,
No, no,
no?
no, no.
What would you give the film out of 10, sir?
Dun, 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 dun. For me, this is a 10 out of 10 movie. It's very
Yes.
much one of my go-tos. It's the best in a franchise by a long fucking shot, and that's after 40 years of trying to rebrand it, remake it, reboot it, blah blah blah. It's awesome. I don't have anything bad to say about it, and even Newt won't dock it a point for me.
Yeah, I like you, mate. I'm a 10. The same reasons. I mean, I've watched this film so many fucking times. Like, videotape, DVD, Blu-ray, streaming. I mean, and it's one of them, it's like, I'll watch this, right? Then I'll go back and I'll watch the first Alien film, and then I'll watch them all through. No, I mean,
Aye,
it's like, see when
that's
you
an.
go up there and you go, certain films, you go, I'm going to put Aliens on, fuck it.
Well, you're right. That's the next three things I'm watching is this trilogy, and it's in its order, and I'm looking forward to it actually.
Ah.
So I'll be doing that tonight. I'll be watching Aliens 1 for definite and see how,
Aye.
depends how late I get in. It's amazing. And
Aye.
Ian, thank you for suggesting it. It was going to happen
aye.
one way or another, but you have picked well, sir. Very well indeed.
You have chosen wisely.
Aye. But unlike my pal, you know Claire Gibson, Claire Garden as well, Ian. Unlike her, she chose poorly. Johnny Dangerously. It was alright, Claire, only kidding you on. So there we go, folks. Did you, Christopher, remember
Yes. Yes, I did.
a certain offering?
Yes. And I put it to you, sir. Who would win out of John Rambo versus John Wick?
Oh, just for context, people, this is our new feature, Celebrity Deathmatch, that we're doing on a weekly basis, where we catch each other on the hop with an almost impossible question of who would win in a fight between two characters or two celebrities. Rambo, John Wick, fuck me, man. Rambo's the ultimate survivalist, and John Wick's the ultimate killer. Oh. Sorry, I should just be your answer, but I'm starting to think about where this is happening and what's the surroundings. Because if it's out in the woods, Rambo's fucking got the upper hand. If it's inner city, John Wick knows the script, and is there cars involved and shit? Oh, mate. Rambo.
Oh, he's went Rambo. Oh.
I'm saying Rambo. Just, he's been in the wars. He knows how to survive. He knows how to set booby traps and stuff that John Wick might not be used to in the real world. But environment's got a lot to do with it, mate. Because if John Wick goes looking for Rambo out in the wilderness, he's fucked. So on that basis, I'll say that's my setting. He's got to kill Rambo, but he's got to go and find him first. And Rambo's in his environment where he's got the upper hand and all that. So, what about you?
Well, I thought long and hard like yourself, and
that was a good one, mate. That's a great question this week.
I've got to say John Wick.
Oh!
Just on the guise of he is the ultimate killer, and then when he is being hunted, he's still the ultimate killer. And he goes from city dwellings to out in the desert to the fucking Marrakesh and all that. So he's been in many different environments and he adapts and overcomes. And he's, like I say, mate. But it was the whole, you know what I mean? Survivalist killer, you know what I mean? That's
a great question. But there's no wrong answer to this. This week,
maybe in hand to hand, Rambo comes out because of his strength, but there's also Wick's technique. I mean, I don't know.
Aye. If he's got his bulletproof suit on and all, that would help, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but does it stop exploding arrows? There's the whole thing.
Exactly, man. Exactly. That was brilliant, mate. When you're listening to this podcast, people, please put in the comment section on the Facebook group page, or remember we're on TikTok as well. Go on the TikTok and let us know your thoughts on that very, very, very good question. That'll be a tough one to top next week. I've got a couple ready to go, but I feel that I need to get something on that level, because that was a belter. Because I wouldn't have disagreed with anything MD says. If, like us, you give a good enough plausible reason for it. So there we go. Tweeting in the Facebook group Page, but at 517, 3 people have left it. I'm going to find you, going to hunt you down, and I'm going to lock you in a laboratory with no electricity and a face hugger. So good luck with that. But no, listen, you're fucking more than welcome to come and go as you please. YouTube, 342 subscribers. I think it's went up, but I forgot to look. So thank you all. Thank you all. And again, if you don't follow us in anything, if you listen to us quietly from such places like Canada. You said Marrakesh, mate. Somebody's listening to us in fucking Marrakesh. Budapest, New York, Thailand. There's people in Thailand with boobs and penises in the same body listening to us in Thailand. Do you know what I mean?
We're not going there again, are we?
Amazing. If you're that person in Thailand and you understand us, first of all, and you hear us saying that, here's a wee shout out. Touch yourself. So what's the script?
Touching yourselves and all that in bits and bobs. It is now time for movie bingo.
Movie bingo, movie bingo, movie bingo, yeah!
So this week, I choose for your list. So,
Oh! Happy days. Pick away, sir. Got a lot of red here, so I'll obviously let you know if something's been picked already.
the 13th today. Well, 13. It's 13 and gone.
13's away, that was Revenge of the Sith.
Let's go.
Are you going to say 12 or 14 maybe? Because you never got 13? I don't know. Is he going to say, people, is he going to double 13, make it 26? Who knows? I don't know.
28.
28. Oh! Na, 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 dun, dun, dun. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Oh, there you go. I'm going to change my list.
Talk about epic.
Oh,
And we will talk about epic when we review this absolute brilliance bit of movie, cinematic history, and it was the best game PlayStation 2 ever fucking brought out, and all, in my opinion, but one of the best. So, you like that, mate? That good?
oh, aye. So that's got me hot and ready there. I'll probably need to watch. I'll probably need to start watching the 3 Name the New. Know what I mean? I've so much to say.
There we go. That's us. We're both going to be watching at least 2 trilogies this week. The same.
Yeah, no. Oh, but it's nice weather out there, isn't it? Don't know. I didn't see a fucking bit of it.
You're not looking off your tan there. You look like a mild shite. You look absolutely pale. I've been getting back in time into cinematic fucking brilliance. So there we go, folks. That's what we'll be doing on our next review, and we'll no doubt update the socials to let you know when that will be dropping. But we hope you enjoyed this week, mate. In fact, am I saying this for your hosting? You fucking did a bit. Sorry.
Aye. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves and listened to us talk about aliens and things being forced into people's chests and all that. Again, thanks to Quentin for the tunes and all that. Thanks to Ian for suggesting the film, because it was smashing. Like we already said, it was on my lists and it was definitely getting done. But you've expedited that, so well done, sir. Hope we've done it justice for you as well. And aye, tune in next time, everybody, and hear us doing Lord of the Rings voices and shit. It's going to happen.
By the way, let's not do a movie review next week. Let's just do an hour and a half of quoting. By the way, we do this every week in work, me and Chris. I think between Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, fucking hell, man, we must use that on the daily. Definitely. And by the way, no apologies, no surrender for it.
So, see you next week, everybody. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. And we'll see you in the flip side.
Cheerio, bye.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.